Okay. All right, let's start having a seat. We'll take our time getting into our cross-leg position if you'd like, guys. So, oh, my legs are sore too. Take your legs out in front. If you have extra fleshy stuff that, keeps your sitting bones from really making contact, you can kind of move those little extra pillows out of the way. Put your feet right up in front of you. Sit really tall. I invite you to close your eyes as we begin. Just being in your own space. Bring your awareness to your feet. Wiggle your toes. Drop your chin to your chest. And then gently drape your body forward over your legs. We're not really trying to make a full stretch here. We're just taking the opportunity to open up through your lower back, maybe a little bit through your legs. Your first slight forward fold here. Just softening your chest. Good. You can kind of rock your head from side to side. Shake yes and no. We've been here a moment. There might be a little bit more space for you to fold, but we're not getting to the place where you're screaming. We're just getting to the place where you start to get a little bit of a deeper intention with your fold. This is your time for this next 50 minutes. This is your space. All the things that are important will still be there. Do your best. Like at night when the sun goes down and it comes back up, let this be a still time. Creep your hands back up your legs. Sit well again. Good. Shrug your shoulders a few times, hugging your belly in. Take your arms up to the sky. You can keep your eyes closed, just keep your chin neutral. And then this time we'll fold again, keeping your arms lifted as you fold so that you drape your body forward and maybe your hands land somewhere down closer to your ankles. Not too far, just closer there. Just softening. Take a couple breaths here in through your nose. Keep your mouth closed, but imagine you're fogging up the mirror, exhaling out your nose. Begin your rise back up by pulling your belly button in, so contracting through your abdominals, and then it's like that part of your body leads you back up. Shrug your shoulders a few times when you get up to the top. Gently draw your right knee in towards your chest, putting your right foot on the floor. Sit well for a moment, creating a compression as much as you can between the right side of your ribs and your thigh. Some of you might need to just hook your hands on the front of your leg and squeeze. Some of you might be able to take this a little bit deeper, grabbing for opposite elbow, finding that compression sitting up really tall. Check in with your left foot. Toes are lifted almost to the degree that you have a little bit of a lift in your heel. Belly in nice and tight. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Keeping the compression, so trying to keep this leg right where it is. Hook your left hand on the outside of your right leg and then just turn your gaze to the right. Maybe your right hand comes back behind you, but I want you to really keep that leg drawn in. Nice. Good. As you exhale, you might be able to make more space to pull your ribs a little bit more center to that thigh. So taking a deeper twist. Good. Untwist gently. And dropping your right knee, bring it up underneath your left thigh. Sit well here for a moment, and then we'll draw our left leg in. Let's go ahead and take your right leg out so we're synchronous on both sides. So if you're collapsing through your back, it's very hard to get that contact between your quad and your like belly and your ribs. So you have to sit up well. You have to create length, almost like you're going to lift your seat up off the mat. Find this compression, hugging your leg in. Think about how wide you can spread your collarbones, how much you can drop your shoulders down away from your earlobes. Nice form, everybody. Breathe. If your right toes have checked out, check them back in, bringing some flexion and tension into that foot. Sitting up really tall, keep that seat. Keep the compression of your leg. Use your right hand as an anchor. Take your twist towards the left. Maybe your left hand reaches back behind you. And as you try to experience that sensation of hugging your torso into your thigh, so it requires you to really lengthen through your spine all the way up through the back of your neck. Good, breathe here. All right, let's drop the left knee. Come back around. Drop the left knee so it's gently under right. Bring your right foot up. You can sit in an easy pose, so like heel to shin, or you could take this a bit further, bringing one foot up into that crease. If you're kind of in between, then a block will give you a little bit of help underneath that top leg. Good. And this way you're able to still sit well. So if I had like a yardstick on the back, you wouldn't be leaning or not able to make flush contact with your back. Sit really well. Close your eyes. For better or for worse, I invite you to take a moment, reflect on your week. We are human. We are vulnerable. We are susceptible. And all of that is to be alive. Embrace both the challenges and the hardship that you have faced this week, as well as the moments where you felt light and free. And I offer to you a Buddhist idea, which is that suffering is inevitable. It's our response to the suffering that is within our control. Filling your heart and your lungs with deep breaths, each breath bringing you a little bit of calm as we go into the close of our week. Bringing you the clarity to be able to see beyond what's right in front of us. Bringing you the grounding so that you feel steadfast in your work and your purpose. Bringing you the insight to have gratitude. Take a deep breath in, flip your hands over so your palms are open, facing up towards the sky, receiving. Continue with your breath. Good. Gently make a fist, capturing the energy that you've received through the palms of your hands. Squeeze your hands very tightly. Bring them all the way up towards the sky And then open your eyes, release your hands, reach through your fingertips, big stretch in your seated position here. And then sweep your arms back down to your sides. We'll come off of our seat and find our way to child's pose. Keep your block and your strap at the top of your mat. You can have your pillow nearby as a prop today if you'd like to have it underneath your head and so forth. We'll find our child's pose. If your legs are tired, mine are, take wide knees, toes to touch, just kind of burrow your way down here, dropping in. And I didn't have a chance to say hi to Tommy and Marco, so hi. Hi guys. Glad you made it. If your elbows are lifted, take this first moment in your child's pose, just soften your shoulders, drop those elbows to the floor. Spread out all 10 fingers as wide as you can, and then from the heel of your hand, replant your entire hand down onto the mat. So that now your fingers are spread out wide and you have integrity of the tips of your fingers all the way into the floor. Feel that engaging through your shoulder bones. Maybe now you can creep your hands forward a bit and lift your elbows. So we have strength through our arms and our shoulders. Can you push through your hands to just get a little bit more length through your back, a little bit more pushing of hips towards heels? And all this time breathing. Very good. One more breath in. Travel on your exhale through your hands and knees to your downward facing dog. And if you can keep that hand position just like you had it, stay there so we don't have to move our hands around. You've got nice strong hands. Look at your hands and rotate those arm bones so that you turn the eyes of your elbows forward a little bit, even in your downward dog, and then push your chest back towards your heels. Hug your belly button in tight. Start to connect with your breath here. Breathe in 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Softening your knees is totally fine, even encouraged, but nice straight arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is your letting go pose, so breathe in. You can exhale as deeply as you need. Let it go. Good work. Tummy tight, look between your thumbs. Tippy toe your way to the mat, to the top of the mat, to your hands. Finding yourself in Ragdoll. Everybody grab opposite elbow. Little bend in your knees. Drop the crown of your head towards the floor. Just loosen up here. Really, it is Ragdoll pose, so make yourself like a ragdoll. That means no tension through the back of your neck. No tension through your face. Right? You're just letting yourself get full of sawdust. Release your hands slowly. Push through your feet. Rise all the way up. Nice and slow. Sweep your arms up towards the sky. Catch your right wrist. Lean towards the right. Pushing your hip bones out towards the left. Good. Inhale, come back up to center and just kind of keep going the other way. Catch your left wrist. Push, push, push out to the right. Hips, arms leaning towards the left. Good. Inhale, reach up. This time, goal post your arms, little bitty back bend, pushing your chest up towards the sky. Imagine like you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Beautiful. And then hands through heart center, forward fold. Very nice. Use your block if you need a little support underneath your hands. Step your left foot back. Let's stay in our high lunge today. So we've got right foot forward, back knee lifted, rise up, reach up, breathe. Very good. Same thing we just did. Catch your right wrist, lean towards the right.
Mm.
So if you are struggling to have your legs as far apart, shorten up your stance, or you can drop your back heel. Let's switch. Grab the left wrist, lean towards the left. Strong in your legs, tight through your midsection. Where is your breath? That breath is your fire. It creates that internal presence. Release your hands, goal post your arms, gazes up, bend more in your right knee. Steady grounding through your right foot, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Good. Straighten up your right leg. Take your hands down and forward. Put your fingertips to the floor or to the block right in front of your foot. If you need to pull your back knee in a bit, you can shorten up that stance. Good. I'm still on my left toes. If you have toe issues and you want to drop your heel, just be mindful that it might be hard to square your hips, so feel free to take that foot more towards the left. And I'd like you to try to get as straight of a right leg as you can.
Oh.
Like when we were sitting, we were looking for that contact between abdomen, torso, and upper thigh, right? So I want you to work on that here. And start with a nice flat back. Then once you find that connection, you're going to find you can go deeper, dropping your head, relaxing in here. So some hands might be on the block, some might be on the floor. This is quite intense through your right leg, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, okay. Breathe here. Okay, very good, friends. Use your core, rise back up, and transition warrior two. Nice release from that. Reset, scooting your left foot back, bending your right knee. And take a few moments to get settled. Split yourself apart using the space of your mat. So if you could imagine that you've got your left foot all the way at the back and your right toes lunging forward towards the front. Take up that space. Arms are steady. Breathe. Good. Let's flow. Reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Nice and long. Let your left hand get you that length, reaching down and back. Extended side angle. Swivel around. Right elbow to right knee. Let your palm be open. One straight line from left wrist to left heel. So I'm reaching so long through the left side of my body. Very nice. Very good. Straighten your right leg, triangle pose. Adjust your arms so now they're a straight line. It's an option to put the block underneath your right hand. Just be mindful if you do that, that you're not just supporting all your weight on that block. You're still trying to find a little lightness. It's just there to help you be steady. Good. Reaching here. Very nice. Come back to your warrior two. One more, reverse your warrior, and we make our way back down to the floor and to downward facing dog. Take your time. Get there. You can drop your left knee.
Yep.
Or practice that transition. I'm giving you a good 3 breaths to get there. So you go in the pace that's right for you. That if you get there quickly, it just gives you more time in your downward facing dog. Belly tight, pushing back, strong shoulders. All right, friends, let's do this with breath. Breathe in. Breathe out, softening your heels towards the floor. Again, think about the eyes of your elbows rotating, not down towards the mat, but more forward and up. So it's like you were going to open jars with your hands. Really strong integration into your shoulder joints. Breathe here. Very good. All right, friends, big breath in. We're going to take left foot forward. On your right toes, rise up. Adjust your stance. So if it's too far apart in this lunge, you should have a little bit of like give in your space here. Give you more white wall on me. All right, so a little bit of space in that lunge. Arms that come up to the sky. We'll lean to the left first. Catch your left wrist with your right hand, lean to the left. So really skin to muscle to bone, working the whole body here. Reach. Excellent. Come back up to center, switch. Bouncy in that back leg happens by being a big, strong front leg. Lean towards the right. Good, Michaela. Breathe. Reaching. Excellent. Come back up to center. Nice. Remember, you can use your blocks, straighten your front leg, drop yourself towards your left leg. You can step those back toes in a little bit. You're trying to find a place, right, where we make contact of the abdomen to the thigh. So that's your first goal. And you're going to have to play with where your back foot is. We're not in a forward fold. So I do want your right foot back a bit. And if your foot is down, it can be flat on the floor, more out to the right. But dropping your chest towards your thigh. Find that, and then relax your head. Kind of regardless of where your right leg is, you're going to get a lot of attention into the back of your left leg. And this is your first time here, so be patient. All right. Driving your hip bones back. Let your head relax. Breathe. Good. If your hands are like death grip on your block, lighten up.
Actually.
Belly tight. Rise all the way up. Use your core. Good. Step your right foot back a bit. Open up to your warrior two. Okay, friends, same flow as before. So part of learning to be familiar with your yoga practice is kind of being able to anticipate what happens on the other side. So think about that for a second. Think about your body. You're able to feel where you are without even having to look. So can you feel your left knee bending and pushing back towards the pinky toe? And then flow. Reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Creep your right hand down. Let it be a bit of an anchor on your right leg. Lunging through your left leg. Extended side angle. Make your transition. Left elbow to left thigh. Get there in your hips and then reach long with your right hand. Reaching through your fingers so all 10 fingers are alive, sparked. Breathe. Good. Triangle pose. Straighten your left leg. Adjust your arms so you're reaching wrist to wrist. Remember, you could put your left hand on a block for support. If you're able to take your gaze up towards your right thumb, gently look up. I'm hugging in through the midsection. So this is good core work, right? We're not just working legs and arms. Breathe. Good. Come back, warrior two. Exhale. Find your flow. We're making our way back down to the floor from reverse warrior and back down to downward facing dog. You can drop your right knee to get there or find that flow going back and forth. Good. Very good, guys. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a couple breaths here in your downward facing dog. Tippy toes, belly tight, high plank. Listen. Breathe, push the mat away. Spread your wings. So pushing the mat away, dropping your hips level. Good. Good form, Susan. Yes. Pushing the mat away. Nice, Chris. All right, side plank. Drop your heels. You can drop your left knee if you'd like. Right hand up. So I'm facing the right side of my mat. Be here, strong in your left arm, strong through your side body. Change sides, right hand down. You can drop your right knee or drop your heels. It's like I've got a hook on your left hip and I'm pulling you up from that space. Beautiful. Come back, both hands on the mat. Push to your downward facing dog. We're here for a breath. Get ready to flip your dog. If you need to take a break on your knees, give your wrists a break. You have 2 breaths to do that. All right. From your downward dog, right leg up towards the sky, bend your knee. If you're modifying, your left knee is down and you're just going to drop that foot back. Everybody, right hand up towards the sky. Once your hips are up, let your hip bones rise as you reach up and back. Excellent. Come around. Right hand down. Let's rest. Drop your knees. Come off your wrists. Forehead to the mat. We'll tackle that other side in a moment. Breathe. Take the weight off your hands. Let your rests be restful, right? Have you ever had a night where you get no rest at all and it doesn't really have too much to do with the environment? It's all inside. Let your rest be restful. Downward dog. All right, friends, here's how we're going to get there. We're going to do side plank each way, starting with the left hand lifting. So side plank facing the left side of the mat, then the right. Then we'll do flip dog with our left leg. All right, so same sequence, just other side. Breathe in, shift forward, high plank, heels drop to the right or knee drops on the right, lift your left arm. So if you're modifying here, you're still beautifully strong. Lifting, very good. Everybody, excellent. If there's a leg to float, let it float. Come back around, other way. Drop your heels to the left. Use that strength in your mid-body. You've got it. Pushing them out of the way, straight arm, your bones stack. Reach with your right hand. Breathe. Belly tight, good. Right hand down, down dog. If you're gonna modify, you drop your right knee. Everybody, left leg lifts. Everybody, bend your left leg. Everybody, lift your left hand. Flipping your dog or modified, just reaching up and back. Now I want you to imagine like this left hand is gonna reach for the floor. So you're reaching up and back, reaching up and back. Good. Yes, reach up and back. That's it. Come around. Hands to the floor. Knees down. Rest. Child's pose. Reach your hands to the back of your mat. You can put the block or pillow under your head. Reclaim your breath. Good. If you're a snow globe and we just shook you up, settle back down. It is this moment that you are grateful that you are strong and healthy enough to try. Letting go of this idea that you'll be perfect or your body will be perfect or your shape will be just right, and rather being excited about this journey where you're able to try. Creep your hands out long again to a child's pose. Out in front of you. Breathe here. Good. Bring yourself up to your hands and knees. Bringing your hands right underneath your shoulders, couple cat-cows. So hugging your belly in. Push the mat away. And then keeping that intention like belly button pulling to spine, even when you go the opposite way, arching your back, lifting your chin. Right? So when you do your flip dog, it's like this motion that's happening with the mobility of your spine, right? That's an important element of that flip dog. If you have a rigid spine, then it's going to be hard for you to like let your head back, let that bend happen in your back. So use the cat-cow, the grounding posture, as a way to increase your mobility in your back slowly over time by really taking like the deepest pose you can with your back each way. Because your hands and knees are on the floor, you're less likely to be injured here because you're really grounded You're giving yourself full support. All right, very nice. Couple more. Take your right leg up towards the sky. Left hand reaches. Push the mat away here. Breathe, lift through your right heel. And then we'll squeeze elbow to knee. Squeeze in, hold. Exhale out, reach. Squeeze in, hold. Exhale out, reach. A nice juicy stretch is coming, so stay with me. Squeeze in, hold. Exhale out. Last one, squeeze in, hold. Good, drop your knee, step your right foot forward and scoot it across. We go to pigeon pose from here. So right foot forward and over. Here's where your pillow or your block can be nice. Scooch it up underneath that right hip. All right, remember, you can always be on your back, but if you got some support underneath your right hip, it will help you. So put either your block or your pillow there. Good. Okay, friends, before we fold, so Marco's already there, but come back. Marco, we're going to press up here. Breathe. Okay, some of you might just feel like, okay, this is as far as I'm going right now. Some of you might anchor your right hand more in front of your leg and reach back with your left foot. See if you can catch your left heel.
Oh.
Good. All right, if you're doing that, yeah, you don't have to stay there for long, but find this place where you have this opening through your quad.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I think you can try it.
The fact it's even a possibility is a good thing, right? All right, let it go. Okay, now we fold. Relax your head to the floor. Settle in here, breathe. Stack your fists if you don't reach your head to the floor so you're not like fighting gravity. All right, good. Okay, breathe over. Breathe here. Soften. All right, use your rest for rest, right? Okay. All right, friends. Make your way back out of your pigeon.
Ouch.
Bring some life back into your right leg. Move your props. I like a down dog as a reset. So if that feels right for you, go back to your down dog. It's just a really good stretch through the back of your right leg.
Ouch.
Good. All right, coming up on your tippy toes, make this transition to your knees in a way where you have to engage through your abs. So lift your toes and lift your heels and then drop your knees to the floor with as much control as you can. Nice. Left leg back, right arm lifts. So bird dog pose, pushing through your heel. And it feels often like your back leg's straight and it's really not. So really drive through your back heel, push through your left arm, reach through your right hand. Your left toes are pointing down, belly tight. Good. Now intensity helps. So exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Yes, good. Exhale, squeeze. Allow yourself to have that fierce intensity. Inhale, reach. We have two more. Exhale, squeeze, hold. Hug it in like you're going to kiss your knee. Inhale, reach. Firing up. Good. Last one. Exhale, squeeze. Try as hard as you can. Hug it in like you're going to kiss your knee. Good. Release. Take your left foot forward and we walk it across, setting yourself up for half pigeon on this side, dropping your knee,
Ah,
scooting your right foot back. Go ahead, find the support underneath your left hip.
good Lord.
All right, just like on the other side, friends. So here you are. You may just stay right here or bring your left hand more in front of you so you've got that stability. And then bend your right knee. Maybe,
Ouch. Ah.
maybe you can reach for your foot.
Oh, man.
Yes. Well, the more you use your body, the more you get that tightness, and so it's like a constant battle, right? You don't use it, you're tight. You use it, you're tight. Moving our bodies in all kinds of ways and give us the function we need just to be able to move, flexible and strong. All right, if you're done reaching your heel towards your glute, you can release that leg and settle down. Support your head either to the floor, to the block, or on your fists. Settle, breathe.
Oh, wow.
So pigeon is pretty intense through the bent knee. And I think it's a great opportunity to bring your awareness to something else. So if your hands are on the floor, bring your awareness to the tips of your fingers. If you have no idea what's happening with your breath, bring your awareness to breathing in and sighing out. Maybe adding a pace to that, like a counting in 2, 3, exhale 2, 3.
Oh.
Nicely done, friends. Come back around.
Oh.
Move your prop from your hip. Take your left leg back. Bring some life back into that leg. Some blood back into that hip. Option to reset with downward dog. Not cool about yoga that, literally from your fingertips to your toes, there's no part of you left undone, right? It's like completely whole body working together. All right, friends, from your downward facing dog, we're going to make our way to a seat at the top of the mat. You can just drop your knees if you want and get there, or you can bring your toes to touch. Try to take a hop to the top of your mat, crossing your ankles so you can sit down.
Oh.
Okay, soles of your feet together. Grab onto your feet, fold forward. We're going to do a little bit of abs on the floor. So enjoy this moment. This is your hip flexor moment here, right through those thighs. So maybe you can take your elbows, put them on your thighs and push down.
Oh, I can't even get close to being done.
Yeah, don't. You're actually.
Oh.
Okay, sit up. Keep your feet where they are. Roll back onto the mat.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm still in this reclined bound angle position. Soles of my feet together, knees out wide. Take your hands behind your head, elbows out wide. Relax your arms on the floor with those elbows bent. So it's like I've got, typical crunch position with my hands supporting the back of my head. But feel how wide your elbows are. So there's a tendency when we start to lift our chest, just bring your elbows in to like your center line. You should not be able to see your elbows. Right now you can't see your elbows. So when you lift your chest, do that with me now. Keep your gaze straight up, keep your elbows out wide. This really helps you to engage through your core muscles, not just kind of like moving your neck and your arms. So I'm reaching up, lower down. Never seeing your elbows. So that's our job here is elbows stay out wide. Do it again. Lift up. Gaze stays steady. It's almost like your chin is locked in place. Crunching up. Good. Lower down. I invite you to get to a place where you almost are like at a shake when you crunch up because you have to really recruit those abdominal muscles. Let's do it together. Okay, let's see. Michaela had a birthday yesterday. We won't do as many as her birthday. How about that? We'll switch it around. Instead of 51, we'll do 15. Okay, here we go. Lift and lower. Slow. Lift
No.
and lower. We have an owl. What's going on? 4. Elbows out wide. 5. When you lay down, those elbows should almost be making contact first. Okay? You should not see those elbows in the corner of your eye. 8. Chin and gaze are straight up. 9. Like squeezing in the space. 10. From the ribs to the belly button. 11. 12. 13. This is truly like a crunch. Like you're crunching up that spot. 14. Last one. 15. Good. Keep your hands right where they are, supporting your head, elbows out wide. Now, soles of your feet stay together. I want you to try to drop the small of your back to the mat, and we lift and lower with your legs. Lift and lower. I've still got this bound angle type position. Pretend your knees are your elbows, so they're trying to stay out wide, not creep in towards the center line. This is one of those that the first couple might feel okay, and then it all starts to change on about rep number 5. Let's do 15. Come on, 1.
Kidding.
2. 3. 4. Y'all see what I mean? 5. Maybe it's just me. Those lower abs, I tell you, they're the weakest part of my whole body. 7. 8. 9. Breathing. 10. Exhale as you lower. Stay with me. Come on, we can do 5. 4. 3. Good, Nicole. 2. 1. Take your legs out wide. Rest. Relax your hands out from your head. You can undo your feet. If that feels good, just getting out of that butterfly position with your legs. Good work. Breathe here. All right. Hold on to the edges of your mat. Bring your knees together and legs straight up towards the sky. Okay, lift your chest and you're gripping the edges of your mat. So this is option 1, you stay right here. Option 2, you lower one leg at a time. Nice straight legs, as straight as you can. Option 3, you glue your ankles together and you lower and lift together as one leg. Okay? Either way, Tommy is going to count for us. Come on, Tommy. And he's going to give us another 15. Okay, Tommy, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Chest is lifted, guys. Good.
6,
Yes. Good,
7,
Michaela and Marco.
8, 9, 10,
Okay, the going gets tough. Come on, the tough.
11,
Stay here.
12,
Good,
13,
Nicole. Good, Terry.
14, 15.
Okay. Put your feet on the mat. Good job, guys. Drop your knees to the right. Take your arms out wide. Gaze to the left. Whew. Reclaim your breath. And go the other way. Drop your knees to the left. Take your gaze to the right.
Sonic.
Good. Bring yourself back up to center. Let's do a couple breaths with our legs up. You don't have to grab your block or anything like that. Just take your legs up. You can support the backs of your legs. Just a couple moments with legs elevated. And then we're going to do banana pose on each side, which is on our back, arcing our body like the shape of a banana to the opposite edge of the mat. So take a second here, circle out your ankles, circle out your toes, point and flex your feet. If you have knee issues, you can bend and straighten a few times. Just this is a non-weight bearing mobility opportunity. Right, using those joints, bringing fluid that regenerates when you actually move. Okay, feet to the floor. Everybody scooch all the way over to the right edge of your mat. Make yourself long along the right edge. Take your hands above your head. You can grip your left wrist with your right hand or reach for opposite elbow. And then we'll pick up head and shoulders and arc towards the left corner of your mat. Right hip bone stays glued down. Take your left foot to the left corner of your mat. Take your right foot over as far as you can. Some of you might be able to cross your right ankle on top of left. If your right hip is like rolling up so much, you're basically like, a hand's length away from the floor, push that right hip back down. Just energetically push your right hip down. You're going to open more through your hip when you make this C shape and you're pushing that right hip down. Good. Let's take 3 steady, consistent breaths. Listening for your exhale. Good. Unwind with your feet first, then your arms. As you come completely undone, then scoot your body over to the left edge of your mat. We'll go the other way. When you take your arms above your head, your left wrist catches your right or grab opposite elbow. Keep your left hip glued down as you pick up your chest and shoulders and move your body over towards the left corner of your mat. Right foot follows to right corner of the mat. Left ankle might cross on top or just come over as far as you can. Really trying to push your left hip down so you're making that banana shape, but not rolling over. Good. Think of how much more space you are creating. You know, if you've ever like reused a balloon, it's very tight at first. When you blow it up, more likely to pop. But then if it's like you blow it up and the air comes out, it's stretched a bit. You blow it up and the air comes out, it's stretched a bit. You blow it up, the air comes out. It can hold more. It has a greater capacity. It's been stretched. It's not going to pop. So we're trying to allow our boundaries, right? Our personal potential to just be stretched a bit so we're not popping. We're just allowing those edges to be reached a little bit more. One more good breath here. All right, unwind your feet. Unwind your arms. Bring yourself back up to center. Take a quick hug of knees to chest, maybe a happy baby if that seems like it would feel nice. And then set yourself up for your final resting pose, whatever that looks like. You've got your pillow and your blocks, so if you want to support your head or your backs of your legs or your hips, you can. If you want your legs up, it's always nice. Just bring yourself to a place where you have comfort so you can rest.
Oh, crap. Oh.
Stay in this moment, so stay with your energy that you've just shared in these four corners of your mat, but also with everybody else. Stay in that. Breathe in here for a minute. One of the yamas of yoga, which are part of the limbs of yoga, considered like an ethical guideline for your practice, is honesty. And the honesty starts with ourselves. Telling the truth is more than simply not lying. Real honesty goes far beyond words. Satya, the yogic practice of honesty, requires the yogi to study themselves closely and own up to limitations that can lead to dishonest behavior. It requires us to acknowledge how we might differ from the person that others think that we are, and to correct misconceptions despite the discomfort that often goes along with being truthful. It sometimes requires one to say no, despite the pressure to say yes. Observe yourself the next time someone says something that upsets you. Notice your immediate reaction, the awareness we have in our practice. Do you ignore them? Do you act defensively? Are you passive aggressive? Ask yourself how you really feel and recognize how difficult it is to be straightforward and honest. And in that moment, summon the honest reaction that brings you harmony with your inner truth. From your resting position, take a big stretch. And we'll meet keeping your eyes closed at the top of your mat. Bringing your hands together at heart center. May the gratitude, the energy, and the discipline that you practice on your mat carry with you outside into all areas of your life. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.